you're like me and you hate Apple's Face ID, in a world where we cover our faces, there is hope for the return of Touch ID in an iPhone. Apple's latest iPad Air puts the Touch ID fingerprint sensor in the power button on the side. Apple could put this in the next iPhone. Oh, I'm sorry, this morning my face is not good enough for you, iPhone. It's finicky when you use it in bed or when you're multitasking or snacking or yawning. You must look at it straight forward perfectly at all times. The movement to drop Touch ID and the home button was so phone screens could use all of that real estate in the front without a button in the way. And Face ID is supposed to be even more secure because it is harder to mimic a face. But now in this pandemic life, it is especially useless when trying to unlock my phone quickly when I'm in a store, or for paying with Apple Pay at the register, because we need to be covering the face. And no, you do not just take off your mask. That defeats the whole purpose of protecting you from an airborne virus. I'd rather just pull out my credit card. It's no difference for time saving. The feature might as well not exist. But wait. It turns out Apple has been working on something that can bring back the glory of using a fingerprint to unlock phones. The new iPad Air instead puts the Touch ID fingerprint scanner in a flat and long power button. There is no Face ID in the new iPad Air. Now, unlocking with a side-mounted fingerprint reader is such a good idea that almost every other major phone maker has been doing this already. Yeah, it's good to see Apple join the party. Android phones that use fingerprints for secure payments are frankly a step above Apple for the convenience. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Bridget, why are you going to change the whole design of an iPhone just for this blip of a year? The mask life isn't going away anytime soon. Pandemic experts say we won't be in the clear till at least 2022, and we're going to be living with masks in some form or another for several years. There's always potential, too, for another mystery virus in the future that has us covering up again. But fine. We don't have to completely abandon Face ID technology. Let's have both. Why not both? Right now, when Face ID fails, you have to enter in a password. Let's make it so you can use the fingerprint scanner as the second option. But the question, will it actually happen? Having it in the latest iPad Air is a good sign. And Apple has been thinking about it, and it might be ready in time for the iPhone 12. By focusing on all this technology for a new button that has a custom sensor with a sapphire crystal top, why would you do all that work and not bring it to other devices? We won't know for sure until Apple holds an event to announce the iPhone 12, and that's expected to be sometime in October. For iPhone users that are on the fence about upgrading because it may not seem necessary to upgrade a phone in the middle of a pandemic, it sure would be an interesting twist for Apple to say, hey, here's a phone that gives you a better experience with or without masks.